Let's create comprehensive study notes and flashcards for the Indian national movement. The Indian national movement spanned nearly a century, from the revolt of 1857 to independence in 1947. First flashcard. What is nationalism in the Indian context? Nationalism meant the belief that India should be independent and self-governed by Indians, free from British colonial rule. Second flashcard. Understanding Swaraj. Swaraj means self-rule, the fundamental goal of the independence movement where Indians would govern themselves. Let's look at the timeline of major events in the national movement. The movement evolved through key milestones: the 1857 revolt, formation of Congress in 1885, Bengal partition in 1905, non-cooperation in 1920, and Quit India in 1942. Third flashcard. The first major uprising. The revolt of 1857 was the first major organized resistance against British rule, setting the stage for future movements. Understanding the two approaches within the Congress movement. The Congress had two factions: moderates who believed in petitions and dialogue, and radicals who advocated direct action and mass mobilization. Fourth flashcard. The founding of Congress. The Indian National Congress was founded in 1885 and became the primary vehicle for India's independence movement. Fifth flashcard. A turning point in 1905. In 1905, the British partitioned Bengal, which sparked massive protests and launched the Swadeshi movement advocating Indian-made goods. The movement for economic self-reliance. The Swadeshi movement promoted Indian goods, boycotted British products, and emphasized economic self-reliance as a form of protest. Sixth flashcard. Gandhi's revolutionary method. Nonviolent resistance, championed by Gandhi, used peaceful methods like boycotts and civil disobedience to achieve political goals. Seventh flashcard. The 1920s mass movement. The non-cooperation movement from 1920 to 1922 saw millions boycott British institutions, schools, courts, and foreign goods. A defining moment of peaceful protest. In 1930, Gandhi led a 240-mile march to the sea to make salt, defying British salt laws in a powerful act of civil disobedience. Eighth flashcard. The final push for independence. The Quit India movement of 1942 was Gandhi's most decisive call for immediate independence with the powerful slogan, "Do or die." Comparing the two major approaches to resistance. The 1857 revolt used armed military resistance but was suppressed. Gandhi's 1930 approach used nonviolent civil disobedience with mass peaceful participation. Ninth flashcard. Economic independence concept. Self-reliance meant Indians should depend on their own strength and resources, not rely on British promises for their development. Important leaders who shaped India's independence struggle. Key figures included Gandhi, Nehru, Tilak, Gokhale, Bose, and Naidu, each contributing uniquely to the independence movement. 10th flashcard. The ultimate goal. Sovereignty is the capacity for a nation to act independently without outside interference, the core goal of independence. Let's summarize the main themes of the Indian national movement. The movement evolved from armed revolt in 1857 to Gandhi's nonviolent civil disobedience strategies. The Indian National Congress played a crucial role in unifying diverse efforts toward independence. Economic self-reliance became key through the Swadeshi movement, promoting Indian goods. Mass participation by ordinary Indians gave strength to movements like non-cooperation and Quit India. Gandhi's philosophy of nonviolence proved to be a powerful and effective strategy for change. Important questions to deepen your understanding. Consider how British economic exploitation fueled the desire for self-governance and economic independence. Think about how nonviolence gained moral authority and mass participation that armed revolt could not achieve. British, Indian elites, peasants, and merchants all had different perspectives on independence and its implications. Women like Sarojini Naidu played crucial roles, though often overlooked in traditional narratives. An essential message from the movement. Remember Tilak's powerful words, "Freedom is our birthright." This became a rallying cry for the entire independence movement. How to effectively study this material. Review these flashcards daily to strengthen your memory and understanding of key concepts. Study events in chronological order to understand how earlier movements influence later strategies. Analyze the differences between moderate and radical approaches to understand ideological debates. Don't just memorize dates. Understand why each movement happened and what it achieved. Let's wrap up with the core message. The Indian national movement was a century-long struggle that transformed from armed revolt to mass nonviolent resistance. It evolved through multiple phases, each learning from previous experiences and adapting strategies. Ultimately, mass participation combined with nonviolent methods proved most effective in achieving independence. The movement successfully achieved independence for India in 1947, ending nearly 2 centuries of British colonial rule.